Hi friends, host Eric here, host Talking with Famous People, and I'm going to respond to the comment of one Jad3D, also known as probably Jaded, is my guess. And he left a comment asking me to talk about NE songwriting. So it's a great topic. I thank you for asking the question. Answer is this. Okay, NE songwriting. It's different. I don't know how many NI people write songs, but I have a set of ways in which I write songs. And they're different. One of which is I lay down a bunch of shit over a click track, just doodling on the guitar or something. And maybe try different things, you know. And you can't worry about whether it's any good or not because you're doing it for like 10 or 15 minutes, just noodling that shit over a click track. I'm doing right now. You know, it's like right now I'm trying to show like just rambling going around, but I'm not really settling into something. The way to make sure it comes that you get some good stuff out of it is to settle into something. Find something simple to settle into at the beginning. You know, like. Get some of that and do it. Try to get it for a few sets of eight, and try to do little just random shit like that for sets of eight. Then when you've got 15 or so minutes of that, listen back to it with a click track, and listen for sets of 4 or 8 that are cool, that stand out. Now, if you have discipline, self-discipline, which I don't, but if you do, you'd be smart to actually listen to the whole thing through one time, trying to not stop and just like marker it, but don't stop and do the cutting right then, because you need to get a sense of the reality that there aren't very many good chunks. There's maybe one, maybe, and at first you hear a lot of things that are almost there, and you think, oh, I'll get that. And then you end up trying to work on it to fix it a little bit, to make it actually right, because it's not really right to begin with. Don't get those. Wait for the whole 15 minutes for that one chunk that sings, that says, this is the loop, as best you can. Now, also, don't get fucking stuck in uncertainty mode and go, well, I don't know which one it is. Yeah, you do. You know which one it is, and you've made arguments immediately upon knowing that to diffuse that truth so that it might not be that. Trust your instincts, it is that one, or good enough. The point is, what's also important is to move forward and get shit done. Get shit done is number one rule. Get shit done, get shit done, get shit done. So, once you've got your loop thing, you got 15 minutes, maybe do another 15 minutes. Sometimes I fucking start tweaking out on shit and do it for too long. I don't like doing it for too long. That's dumb. It's stupid. And I have to listen. Everything I do for 15 minutes, it's not just 15 minutes of doing, it's 15 minutes of listening, or else it's useless. So, be aware of the TE aspects of it. It can be a little bit challenging, because I'm talking about recording a song as a form of songwriting. You've got your loop now. It's 8 bars. You've got your click track. Probably want to put down drums next. Either with a piano like this, where you go, and if you do the piano drums, only do kick snare together, and then do any cymbals and hi-hat together on a separate track. Don't try to do them all at once on the fucking piano thing. It's not going to work. If you have actual drums, obviously you play actual drums, and then you have all of them together, or you mic them separately. Don't feel like you need to mic them separately. There's no reason to mic drums separately. You can have one room mic, set it up nice. It's going to sound really good. Make sure however you get it set up, though, you want to minimize the amount of EQing you have to do after the fact. So try to set it up like behind a blanket or something, so that it cuts some of the cymbal out of it because so it's right in the listener fatigue range. You're going to end up wanting the cymbals lower, and you want the kick and the snare higher, and then you're going to end up having to EQ it to get it that way, and then it kind of sounds a little hollow, and then maybe So try to manage the EQing stuff before you record the drums if you're recording real drums by just putting a blanket between, I had the blanket, like the mic. The kick wasn't behind the blanket. The snare was sort of like half behind the blanket, and the cymbals were behind the blanket. So just cut them a little bit, That's the best way I found to record the drums I have anyway. Play around with it, but don't tweak out on it too long. You're wasting time. You got your drums down now, finally. Whatever you do, you're going to take a loop. Don't bother unless you're an actual drummer trying to lay down drums for the whole thing. I've tried it a million times. It doesn't work. I'm a fucking disastrous waste of time. When I attempt it again, I'm not going to. So you're going to have to take a loop, and you can take 2 different loops and until you have a couple parts if you want. That's fine. But don't try to fucking nail it all in one take. Stupid fucking Eric does that all the time. All right, so now you got your drums, you got your loop, your little guitar loop. Then it's time to sing over it. For me, that's the money part. That's the fun part and the satisfying part and the easy part and everything else. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but you have to just basically sing a bunch of melodies over something, and same basic idea, except it's much more like you're trying to write a song, freestyle it, and you grab pieces of it, and you'll see. So let's say you have gotten your loop, but I'm not obviously going to have that loop underneath me. I'll have something I'm playing right now, and let's say it's really simple chords. That's the other thing. You don't have to do noodling. You could do chords for your loop. Oh, I could sing a lot of melodies over this, but I don't want necessarily to try a lot of different options. It's better to tackle this approach in chunks like organized boats are junks if they travel back from China. Anyway, you can see I start meowing off on shit if I just let myself. But the point is, I don't know how to tell you how to sing that stuff right there I was just singing. Not all of it was good enough to be in a song. Some of it was, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to it a little bit, or think about it some. I wasn't really trying to hold myself to any standard there. I think that's very important at first. Don't hold yourself to a particular standard at first. Just say, well, my goal is to get something done with a distinct melody and a distinct identity as a song, whether it's great or bad. I assume it's going to be good for me now compared to my other stuff. If you haven't made anything, then compared to nothing, whatever you make is good, even if it's fucking terrible. Your job is to beat yourself, not other people. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time spiritually with music, I think. So once I got that down, I got your vocals, your loop, your whatever, then usually I'll put some rap and stuff down. I don't know. The thing is, nowadays I don't really freestyle them so much. I used to just freestyle, but a lot of them will come up. I mean, it goes the same way. You put the song itself, the part you want to put the rapping in as a loop, and then you just keep going over it for like 10, 15 minutes, getting ideas down, trying it out. If you get something that you rock solid and you write it, if you're writing the whole time, then that's different. But if you're doing it this way, freestyling, you're like, got a freestyle, got to demo freestyle, not demolition style, but a freestyle rap. I got to put that out there for your ears to attack. I got to freestyle, I got to talk in rhythm and say how you do is like this. You see, when you talk and you rap and you go on, gotta kind of loosen up your mouth. It's like, I don't know. You gotta forgive yourself. You gotta permit and forgive yourself when you're trying to rap. Okay. When you try to rap, you certainly will fail. It's not easy because it's made like frozen rain is hail, and you'll see that if you go along and you don't get into a flow, then you will start to fail, and then everyone will start to throw their tomatoes at your head when you are trying to freestyle. You've got to at least fall into a pattern or something like a lake. Not a lake, but instead a rake. You've got to fall into a rake. I don't know why that would occur because it doesn't make any sense, like the fur around or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course, right there, I didn't have any theme exactly, and I don't know. I normally don't ever play anything when I'm rapping. That makes it a lot harder for me. But, yeah, it'll be that idea though. You know, like there'll be the beat playing underneath it, and I'll be rapping. So once I get that part in there, then I've got the song more or less. I can add another little section. I usually do another little piece of music, maybe a little twinkle twinkles from the piano, or a little doodly doodlies from the guitar or something, or a little pew 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 from the harmonica. I don't know, but whatever it is, or whistling sometimes. It just fills it out. Now, the other thing I want to say about songwriting, about this, is the other kind of song, and then I'm probably in this video. I have some songs that are written in the sense that they're designed to be complete songs with chord changes and words that are written down, and they're composed. They're not cobbled or mead. They're realized. It's different. So how to do that? It's a slow process as you get sections of it done at a time, and you have to be willing to revisit it. So I've got one in the works right now, which I can't even sing and play at the same time. This is one of the frustrations. Sometimes you want to make a song. Writing a song means you can't necessarily sing and play at the same time, because anyway, it's in the works, and I have a version of it up right now that is not the version. It's not its final form, but is a start on the idea of it, and it's evolving. So, an example of an actual song that's completed, though, which is fully written out as a singer-songwriter kind of a song, and I'm going to finish this video by playing it, is I kind of think of it as my best song, or maybe my second best song, but the one I'm like playing most is Satchel of Helpful Goods. Every life lived reaches a time when the road splits in two. There are times, dark times, times of despair, times when our heart feel good. That's when I look for my sack full of solvency and my satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. 'Cause every life lived reaches a time when the road is when I'll reach for my sack by the solvent sea and that satchel up with home, and that satchel now nothing but bones. Satchel of helpful goods, satchel of helpful goods, satchel of helpful goods. Yeah, I kind of fucked up the end a little bit, but it's a pretty good song. I'm pretty happy with it. But I've written a shitload of songs, and I'm not very happy with a lot of them. That one I'm happy with. A couple more. It's hard. Really hard. I'm happy with a lot more of my tracks than I am with my songs. So that's my... I think I got a lot of good tracks, and I think I got a couple good songs in terms of singer-songwriter songs. That one, I've got Second Night. That's a good one. I'm fond of El Nino. That's a really good song, I think. And there's a few more. I like The Loaf. It's not much of a composition. It's pretty much like a simple freestyle, but it's popular. I like to play it, and people like to hear it. So that's a good one for sure. Anytime there's one that other people are telling you, I like that song at a higher frequency, substantially higher frequency than other songs, then you happen onto something that's worthwhile, at least more so than most of your stuff. Anyway, that's it for my video here on songwriting on Any. It was kind of any of a video. It wasn't really very structured or anything. Hope you got something out of it. If you don't, sorry. If you have any questions, something, put it in the comment. I'd be happy to talk about this topic in forever. So this is like one of my favorite topics for sure. And I don't get to talk about it very much because only really musicians care to talk about these things. All right, thanks for watching. And don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. Greatest song of all time. I just wrote it right there in front of your very eyes. Amazing piece of work, Eric. You should totally win the Nobel Prize for awesome. See that? Can you talk about songwriting for people who are any dominant? I wasn't making it up. It really was asked a question. Thank you, Jad3D.